morning, all. I'm Epstein, and here we are with your morning flash update. And this update is for the morning of Tuesday, and we're at the 23rd of January, 2024, 8:15 a.m. Central Time. We do have a lot of news today. Remember, today are the primaries, so we've got Nikki Haley. Is she going to make it? She says in an interview this morning that I watched that regardless of the outcome, and she thinks she'll do just fine, she's on to South Carolina. She better do well, all right? Because if she doesn't, between certainly New Hampshire, and I'm sure she'll make it to Carolina for that primary, that was her home state. But if she doesn't do real well in these two, probably the campaign coming to an end. So I'd be careful there. If she does real well, money's going to flow to her. What is real well is going to be defined by the news analysts after tonight. Don't go by polls. You've got to go by what the outcome is. She's not expected to beat President Trump, but is her showing going to be really solid or a fadeaway? That's going to be the question. Red Book sales. Look at this, over 5%. So for a while there, if you'll recall, we were hanging around 3.5%, 4%. We've moved up, but that's the first 3 weeks of January, and that's pretty good. I mean, that's ex-Christmas sales. Think about that. So that's pretty good numbers. The Richmond Fed, we have had terrible manufacturing sector numbers for over a year. Well over it. Last month's index was a -11. The question to me is, how bad is the number going to be? The surprise would be a positive number. I don't see that. API is going to release this afternoon their member stockpiles. That comes out at 3:30. The Bank of Japan, no surprise here. Governor Ueda sat pat. The vote on the Monetary Council was unanimous to help him do that, so they just kept everything as is. Now, China. You do realize in China, the property market is tanked. I don't mean down a little. I mean tanked. Their stock market, India surpassed China yesterday as the fourth largest stock market in the world. So China is down for the year so far about 10% in its value. So they want to pull out an old playbook that didn't work, but they'll go with it anyways. And what they're saying is they want to put into the market the equivalent. This is a proposal. Could be a bigger number. Kramer thinks that the whisper number was $700 billion, but they're talking dollar value, $278 billion from offshore accounts, from state-owned enterprises. Bring the money home and have it buy via Hong Kong, with an exchange link, shares to prop the stock market prices up to give the consumer confidence. These people are nuts. All right? Giving that confidence that way isn't the same as do something with your economy. Change these restrictive practices you have. Help your property sector in some manner. But thinking you'll temporarily spend a lot of money to prop the market up, guess what the short sellers will do? They'll do as they did before. They'll let the market pop, then they'll come in there and they'll hit that market basis that, because that's really not reform. That is a Band-Aid to get prices up to cheat. You heard me, cheat. Let the public think things are better for a while. They're not better. That won't do the job. So when we look at the marketplace, well, you've got number one, let me state this as clearly as I can, an exceptionally quiet market today. Unbelievable. It's paint drying on a wall. You've got, for a change, the Russell up 18 points. So as the other indices are stalling against the upper Bollinger Bands, the Russell's catching on and coming up a little bit. You're getting a little bit of a rally in the platinum market. The copper market rallied, and it should have, on that move by China. But again, it's not going to be a fundamental change, so be careful. I would expect to see selling coming in. You've bounced nicely in the silver away from the $22 level, but there's nothing exciting there. The dollar index is waffling in time. We've already seen now the Bank of Japan. We're going to get on Thursday the European Central Bank announcement. Watch the euro. Got to keep your eye on what that may or may not do off of all that. In the grain market, I expect a bit more short covering. Bonds and notes, they keep adding yield. Yeah, you lost a little bit yesterday, you're putting it right back in there. So it's not falling the way that you would think it's going to fall. And you're back to, like in the 10-year, 4.14, and in the 2-year, around 4.4. So you're up there in yields. Take a look at Bitcoin. Those prices aren't wrong. You have just dropped $11,000 since the date that they announced the ETF. You went up, captured the traders, the euphoria. It was the old buy the rumor, sell the fact. And traders don't understand those concepts, and away you come down. And now you'll hear traders start talking that between here and 34, 35,000 is where the market probably finds bottom. I couldn't argue that. That's probably realistic numbers one way or the other. Here's something else that's realistic. These markets keep going to the Bollinger Bands. You know how to work with them. I was just listening again to CNBC, and guess what they're talking about? Bollinger Bands. And the reason is, it's an algorithm that presents traders, and when in mass traders pay attention to something, and I believe they do, it gives you support and resistance points on a chart. You'll wonder, why did the market stop at that number? Why does it keep having trouble? And if you don't have this on your charts and learn how to work with it, you honestly are trading with one hand behind your back. I've put together a simple course. It works, in my opinion, with spiders, ETFs, stocks in the futures markets. It's 13 videos. You see what I do, you do the same, and to go with the course, I give you a 14-day trial to my futures and ETF research. You have to be a qualifying, obviously. If you've not had it before, you qualify right off the bat. Then you're going to get a trial to our charting software. We want you to be able to plot just as I do, see what I do in the videos. You do the same. Then you come into the morning videos and you go, oh, look at, here he's talking about it. Look where that is. Wow, that's called the reinforcement of your learning. The course is inexpensive as can be. I think it'll stick with you your whole, I want to make that clear to you. If you're a technician, I think it'll stick with you your whole trading career. I could be wrong. If I am, I am. Am I proud of the course? Probably one of the best I've ever done. IraEpstein.com under the word education. Go take it. It's really simple. You can move your cursor to the top here. It'll take you right there as well. I think you'll find the course interesting. Put these on a chart and you're going to go, whoa. Changes things. I'm Ira Epstein. You have yourself a great day. I'll catch up with you at the end of the day with the market wrap-up. You take care.